This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now is the news for Friday, October 31st of 2025. And happy Halloween, everyone, which is why I have my Disney Villains shirt on. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to be like, you wear the same shirt every single time, blah, 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 blah. But, it's, I felt, I found it fitting that I should wear my Disney villain shirt on this Halloween episode. Artifact has been added to the Hall of Presidents at Walt Disney World, which is a photo of Richard Nixon and his family visiting Disneyland. So, those of you that don't know, Richard Nixon was the president of the United States in 1955 when Walt opened Disneyland. So he's, Richard Nixon is connected to Disney. So they Walt Disney World felt that, that should be honored at the Hall of Presidents. Now, people are going to come in and they're going to say nasty comments and, Democrat, Republican, blah, blah, blah. Let's not get into that argument. Okay? This is a Disney fan, YouTube channel, not a political debate channel. So whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, I really don't care. I couldn't care less. So let's leave all the political discussions out of this and, all of your ranting and raving about the Hall of Presidents and all that stuff. Forget it, because I'm not having that conversation. But it is nice that probably a member of Richard Nixon's family, one of either his kids or his descendants or whatever, probably said, we probably found this photo and decided to donate either this or maybe it's a copy, I don't know, of this picture of Richard Nixon at Disneyland. But I think it's a great ad. I think it's a historical contribution. Whether your political beliefs or not, I really couldn't care a flying fig. So I don't really care, but it is nice that management at Walt Disney World was kind enough to put this in one of the displays at the Hall of Presidents. Disney changes Haunted Mansion queue again. So the big industrial fans have been removed. Smaller ones have been added throughout the queue. Now we are starting to enter our week of cold here in Florida. So I don't know how much you're really gonna need the fans, especially this time of year. But it is nice that Disney is adding more fans in the outdoor portion of the queue rather than the big ones, because obviously with the big ones they think that we don't need as many fans. Well, because of the work being on what was the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island and everything, they blocked off half of the queue, and of course half the queue is looks outside, so you get that that breeze, and now you don't get it. So it is nice that they added fans. Again, I don't know how much they're going to use it right now because of the cooler weather right now, but you know, it is nice so that they still added this, which is great. I really think that that's great. Here's something that you know, you don't really see a lot on this attraction. Boat sinks and guests were evacuated on Living with the Land at Epcot. This was very near to toward the end of the attraction. So at the end of the attraction, after you kind of pass the screen with all of the farmers on it and everything, and right before you go into the unload, you pull into the unload station. That's where the boat sank. People were saying that it didn't really sink because it's not deep. Same thing happens with Jungle Cruise. Oh, the boat sank. It didn't really sink because, it's not really that deep of water. Yeah, who knows how this happened or why this happened, but man, that is wild. That is wild. It doesn't happen very often, thankfully. It has happened a couple times, the Jungle Cruise boat. This one hasn't happened on Small World yet, but it's funny to me when people say, oh, the boat sank in the water, and it's like, it's not very deep. It's not deep, okay? It's not like it's very deep water. It's very, very shallow. Very, very shallow. So, didn't really sink. It's just, but no one was hurt. No one was hurt, as to our knowledge. Got everybody out, which is, I applaud the cast members. That's, even though it's not deep water, it's still scary. It is very scary when something like this happens, So, again, thank goodness no one was injured or anything of that nature. It's just odd. It's just odd to see something like this happen because it doesn't usually happen. We've seen, what else have we? Oh, we've also seen the Tiana's Bayou Adventure log sink. After that ride opened. So it does happen. It does happen. I know we don't I know we don't really think about it happening, but it does happen. It does happen. So, but like I said, no injuries that we know of. So, thank goodness. Who knows how this happened, but, it does happen. It does happen from time to time. And I know people are going to call in the comments and they're going to be like, Disney can't even, get their attractions running and, they waste all their money and blah, 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 blah. It happens. It happens, okay? It does happen. It does happen. So, so to all the haters out there, I say, it happens. Okay, it happens. Jungle Cruise debuts new prop and joke at the Magic Kingdom. So there is a... I don't know how they got away with this, but this is hilarious. There is now a floating mine in the water toward the beginning of the attraction. And the skipper then tells the joke, oh, look, it's the first sign of danger. So, I think that's great. This is really in the vein of my kind of humor because I have a very dry sense of humor. So I like this. I like the jokes on the Jungle Cruise just because, I've got that dry sense of humor and, it is nice. It's great that, the Jungle Cruise has a new mini scene, as it were, and it's great to have a new joke. It really, really is. So, I haven't ridden it yet, so I can't speak on that, but when I ran across the story, I was like, that is great. That is awesome. And they didn't even have to do that. Disney didn't even have to do that, So, kudos to them. Kudos to them. Excuse me if I could talk. Astrofizz, yeah, frizzy hair. Astrofizz construction walls are down. Full menu has been revealed at the Magic Kingdom. I cannot go through all the food items. Go and check them out. WDW News Today has a full list. I'm sure has a full list of menu options by now. But they are going to have that red churro. I think it's is it cherry Coke? I think a cherry Coke flavored churro. I don't know, but when that comes out, I'm going to Magic Kingdom and I've got to try that because that looks delicious. So when that comes out, look for that review. But man, I can't wait because that looks delicious. That really looks delicious. As a guy who likes sweets, that looks delicious. Disney reveals entrance sign for Zootopia Better Zoogether. Officer Clawhauser is on the standby sign. And this is great. And Flash is on the lightning lane side. So the guy that's the slowest is on the lightning lane side, which is hilarious to me. Which is hilarious. I did get to see a POV video of Zootopia Better Zoogether. I can't really give you an honest review because that would be unethical for me to watch a video online and then do a review of something that I haven't even gone to yet. But I am going. I wrote it. I thought I put it down here. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to one of the pass holder previews on Wednesday, November 5th. If I can get into that virtual queue. Fingers crossed. Even though I hate the virtual queue. But hopefully on November 5th I can go and see the show. And then give you my honest thoughts and review. But I mean, you guys already know how I feel about this show. I don't like the idea. I don't like it. Will my opinion change after I see the show in person? You'll just have to wait and see. You'll have to wait for my honest review. Oh boy, here we go. Here's a wild one. A guest has been arrested for stealing a radio, and it wasn't a toy radio. Guess what this was from? Okay? This person was very brazen. This person stole a radio from a security guard at Disney Springs. Wow. People are getting outrageous. I mean, they've been outrageous for a long time, but man, this is weird. This is just, I don't even know what to even say. I don't know what prompted her to steal the radio. I have no idea, but that is wild. That is wild. For you to just walk up to a security guard and take their radio. I mean, man, that's gutsy. that is gutsy for you to mess with a security guard. Obviously, she got banned, obviously, so don't do that. Please do not steal a radio from a security cast member, because you will get banned for that, alright? But man, that is wild. That is wild. That has got to be one of the weirdest stories I have read on this show, and believe me, I have read a lot of weird stories. But man, that's not only weird, that woman had guts. That woman had guts. And she won't be going back to Walt Disney World, but because of that. But man, that is crazy. That is crazy. Christmas decor arrives at Disney's Animal Kingdom for the 2025 holiday season. So, Disney has wasted no time in, decorating for the holiday season. Disney's Animal Kingdom has obviously got a head start. Now everywhere else has to, get their Christmas decorations up. But yeah, not even out of Halloween, and Disney's just, bam, just gets right into decorating for Christmas, for the holidays. So, man, that's pretty quick. Disney sets up stage for Glisten, a ice skating show in front of the Chinese Theater at Disney's Hollywood Studios for Jollywood Nights. So last year they debuted the show. It's not my thing. Obviously very talented people. I can ice skate, but nothing like that. So, very talented people. It's not something that, I watch. I guess the consolation is they finally blocked the Chinese theater, so you can't see Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. People complain about the Sorcerer's Hat being, blocking the Chinese theater. That made sense when it was the Great Movie Ride. It was like, rip that down. We hate that blocking the Chinese theater. Now you can do whatever you want, because Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, you can block that for all I care. I really don't care. Okay? Because that ride is bleh. But they're getting everything set up for Jollywood Nights. Get ready to kick off in just a few days' time. And then Magic Kingdom will be following close behind. Theirs is going to be starting on November 2nd. So obviously Magic Kingdom is a lot bigger than all of these other parks. People, say that, Animal Kingdom is the biggest in size. But the Magic Kingdom, if you take out all the trails and the why am I blanking on it? The safari. If you take out the safari trail and all the other trails, it's pretty. And Rafiki's Planet Watch. If you take all that out, it's smaller. It is smaller. So, in that sense, Magic Kingdom is bigger. Now, obviously, Animal Kingdom has all the trails and Rafiki's Planet Watch and everything, which is why it's the biggest. Why it's the biggest theme park here at Walt Disney World. I believe Animal Kingdom has 500 acres, where Magic Kingdom is like, I don't know, 100 and I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think it's 170 something or 180 something acres, I think. I don't know. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But the in order, it's Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and then Disney's Hollywood Studios. Disney's Hollywood Studios is the smallest at 100 and... Again, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think it's like 130 something acres or 140. I don't remember. I really don't remember. But decorating the Magic Kingdom is going to take a lot longer than it does Animal Kingdom. So, but they're going to get, Magic Kingdom's going to get their start on it on November 2nd. But there you are. There's your news for this week. I can't believe it's Friday, and I can't believe that tomorrow is November 1st. I don't know where time went. I just really have no idea. So, but I'm not going to the holiday party. I almost said Halloween. I'm not going to the holiday parties until mid-December or late December. I think it's the 17th and the 18th or the 18th and the 19th, I think, is when I go. So I won't be going till much later. But look for those when I go, which is obviously not for quite a while, but when I go to those, I'll be doing some vlogging from those events, and I'll be also giving you my honest reviews for those parties as well. So look for those. My honest review for Zootopia Better Zoogether obviously is going to be coming much sooner. Look for that. When I come back from my Animal Kingdom trip, I can, get in that virtual queue. So, just have to wait and see. I really hope so. But that review will be coming out much sooner than the holiday party reviews. So, but there you are. If you like this video, again, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate everything. I did do a food review for the Remy milkshake, which was absolutely delicious, by the way. I did put that video up. I was amazed at how many people watched my review of that. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. That really helps. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Really helps out the algorithm of this thing. I thank you guys very much for watching. Guys, have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. Please keep each other safe and healthy. Don't start fights. Don't steal things, please. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.